I hope you're all having a great week and an amazing day. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, hey, I'm Maya and I'll be taking you through this beautiful hair and makeup look I wore for the big awards. So I started off with my hair and I knew I wanted to do an updo, so I just parted some hair at the front and I put the rest of the hair up into a bun. And to achieve the curls, I just detangled the hair at the front and I used these really simple plastic rollers to achieve the curls. And I did this before I did my makeup, just to give the curls a bit more staying power. And once I was done, I started off with my makeup. So I'm priming with my Mary Kay primer and I'm focusing on the areas where I tend to get oily. And for my foundation, I'm using my Revlon Color Stay foundation and I mixed it in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Unfortunately, the Revlon Color Stay is way too light for me, so I had to mix in my Maybelline foundation just to try and at least achieve my skin tone. And then I blended it all out with a dense brush. And then to color correct, I'm using my black Opal Spot and Scar Eraser and I'm using it to cover up my dark eye circles and also to cover up the hyperpigmentation around my mouth. I do have a detailed foundation routine, so do check the description box for that. And I just used my foundation brush to blend it all out. And then to brighten my under eye area a bit more, I went in with my LA Girl Pro-conceal concealer and I just blended it out all over my under eye area. So now that I've laid down all my liquid complexion products, I'm going to go ahead and start setting my face. And I'm first using my black Opal loose powder in the shade medium, and I'm gonna use it in all the areas that I want to bring forth and highlight. So my under eye area, my chin and my nose bridge as well. And I'm just going to use the same wedge sponge to blend it all out. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use Sleek's loose powder in the shade Chocolate, which is such a beautiful rich brown powder shade. I love how it brings back my melanin. It works so well for my skin tone, and I also like how it sets my foundation as well. So to start off my eyes, I'm going to start off by priming, and I'm using NYX glitter primer for that. And then for my transition shade, I'm going to use this deep red blush from Sleek. And then to just add a bit more depth, I'm going to use Susie Beauty's Changa eyeshadow, which is a rich brown shade. And I used my concealer to just help me map out where I'm going to lay down my main lid color. So for my main lid color, I use these two coppery shades from my Sleek Sunset palette, and I thought they're just so beautiful. I love these shades. I just love how they work together and how like rich they are. It's exactly the shade that I was going for, and I wanted shimmer, so it was a win. And then to add just a bit more drama and depth, I used this matte black eyeshadow from the same palette on the outer third of my lids. And I used the same fluffy brush that I used for my transition shade to blend it all out. And for my eyeliner, I used a liquid eyeliner from e.l.f. and I wanted to be really extra, so I did a cat eye. And I was just like trying my best to get them as similar looking as possible. You know the struggle of getting your eyeliner looking the same on both sides. And for my lower waterline, I used this black eyeliner pencil from LA Colors. And then I went ahead and used the same Changa eyeshadow for my lower lash line. I just felt like it added a bit more extraness and depth. And then I also reached in for the same matte black and blended it on my lower lash line as well. And then to make my inner corner of my lids pop, I used the gold shade from the same palette. So once I was done with eyeshadow, I went ahead and did my brows, and I'm just using a dark brown pencil from Davis to fill in my eyebrows and map out the shape. I do have a detailed eyebrow routine, so be sure to check the description box for that. And then I was feeling like I wanted really strong brows, so I went with a black pencil on the tail of my eyebrows just to add a bit more depth to them, and I set them using this generic clear mascara. And just to make the brow look sharper and more defined, I just used a bit of concealer and set it as well. So I contoured with the same Suzy Beauty Changa eyeshadow. I think it's such a beautiful contour shade. Again, be sure to check my detailed foundation routine in the description box. And I just blended it upwards. You always want to make sure you blend your contour shade upwards. And also went in with a bit of the same eyeshadow, and I used it to contour my nose. To add a bit more warmth to my face, I used my CoverGirl Ebony Bronze Bronzer on my cheek area, and I also used it on the temples of my face. And for my lashes, I used this really dramatic pair from Rich Eyes, which is an Instagram boutique. And I love, love, love how fluffy and huge these lashes are. And then I blended out my falsies with my real lashes. I'm using this Maybelline mascara. I also used it on my lower lashes. And then for my blush, I used the same blush from Sleek that I used as my transition shade. And for highlighting, I used this gold shade from my Makeup Revolution palette. And I just love how bright it is. Like, yo, look at that highlight. I mean, it's such a nice gold shade. And I also used it on my brow bone as well. I was basically just highlighting almost the entire face. And for my lips, I started off by using Huda Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Nemo, which is a really dark red. And I used a brighter red in the center of my lips, the shade Vamp. And I just blended those two out. And just to make sure that everything is seamless, I used a bit of concealer just to clean up around my lips. So back to my hair, and I just took down the rollers, and as you can see, the curls had already formed by then. And then I started separating the hair. I felt like I preferred just having the curls on one side of my face, so I put the rest of the hair up into a bun, and I used my DIY hair oil just to smooth everything together and to have it looking sleek and shiny. Check the description box for my DIY hair oil recipe, and I'm using this donut bun accessory to help me achieve the perfect bun. And I just used an elastic hairband to lay my hair around it, and then I just pinned away the rest of the hair that was sticking out. Oh, and I forgot to set my face, so I used my e.l.f. mist and setting spray to set my face. And then I went back and used a curling wand on my curls because I felt like they weren't holding as well as I wanted them to. And yeah, I used a hairspray just to help me kind of lay the hair down and get rid of any frizz, and that's it. I was done. So this is the completed look. I love how everything has come together, the hair, the makeup. I'm just so grateful to every one of you who's been watching my videos, who's been reading my blogs. I wouldn't be going to the big awards if it wasn't for you, for your support. And I'm just so grateful to everyone who's voted. And just the fact that I was nominated, to me, that's already a win. So I'm so grateful. I'd love to know if you'd recreate this look. So let me know in the comments down below and where you'd wear it out to. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.